Hello and welcome to the show. This is the Battle of Issus, the second of three major battles between Alexander the Great and Darius's Persians. I'll be using Little Wars TV Age of Hannibal's rules along with my 3mm figures. The commanders for both sides are as follows. Obviously Alexander the Great, who is semi-divine and reckless, +1 on combat, +1 for rally factor, but also an enhanced probability that he may die in combat. Parmenion, his second in command, who's a veteran soldier. And for this battle, obviously Darius has taken it a little bit more seriously and has turned up. Unfortunately, he's a softy, shandy-drinking southerner, but he does have noble origins, which will help with the rally factor. His 2IC is Narbazanes, who is also a veteran soldier. Here's the Macedonian army, fairly similar to Granicus. Companions, Greek cavalry, Thessalonian cavalry, pikes, spears, and some bows and skirmishers. It's not quite what is reflected in the Age of Hannibal rulebook, but it's as close as I can get with the figures that I have. Here is the Persian army with its vast array of different troop types, and I certainly won't be going through all of them. Again, I've tried to mirror the list in Age of Hannibal book, but some areas are not as well represented as they might be. However, they do have 54 bases compared to the Macedonians' 36 and a higher points value. Of note though, they are unreliable and unsteady in some cases and therefore may be disappearing rather quickly. The ground for the Battle of Issus is dominated by the river Panaris, which is actually dried up, but it's quite steep banked and will make for rough terrain. The Mediterranean Sea lies on the left-hand side of the board as we look. On the eastern side of the plain, the ground rises steeply into the hills. It's 333 BC. The Battle of Issus is about to begin. Here's Alexander with his companions and also some Thracian javelins either side. This is the right flank. I'll pan out and move along the rest of the Macedonian side. I've got the phalanx here with Cretan bows in front of them. To the left of them, we've got Parmenion with the Greek spears and peltasts in front, and on the left flank, Thessalian light horse and Greek medium cavalry. So that is the Macedonian horde, or Macedonian force, facing the Persian horde, should I say. Darius sitting fat, dumb and happy at the back of his immortals, flanked by the satrap levy. In front of them, the Greek mercenaries. In front of them, the Mardian bows. On the right flank, some Tukabara javelins and the cavalry, the heavy cavalry there, with light horse on the right and Kadaka light infantry here. And moving over to the left flank, we have some Babylonian spears just in the foreground, more Ionian peltasts and some light horse. But the Persians also have some satrap cavalry, which are making their way through the high ground, ready to swoop down on the Macedonian right flank when the opportunity arises. So as per usual, Alexander will take the bulls by the horn and advance immediately towards the Persians on the right flank. He can go 6, but the peltast's only 5, so I think he'll go 5 in total, getting nicely up to the river. Need to try and get over that river as quick as they can. Same with the phalanx. So I'm thinking that they can swing slightly left, get over that as quickly as they can, because they got it's -3 I think in the river, so I don't want to be there. It's dried up, it's very rough terrain. So these chaps will be going 5 to start with. I don't think they're affected by the bad terrain. Bows. So they'll go there and they'll just let the general swing around, I think. And as per the Battle of Granicus, I think the idea is get over this bad terrain, then hold whilst Alexander does his business on the right, if he can indeed. And all of this cavalry just goes straight up to the river. So a general advance by the Macedonians. So bows are 8 inches, so these guys can fire. Yeah, all the Mardian bows are in range. So I think they've got to fire to what's to their front, so they'll fire against these here. 6 is required. No. Next group, no. This group will fire at them. Yes, that's a DMZ. They will fire at the same group. No. No. And yes. Right, now of course I've spread them out all individually, which means they're all individual units. So, that's a bit silly because I can't move them. Because I've only got 9 units to move. So what am I going to do there? Well, I think I'll move my peltasts up. And I'll just come up here and cause hassle for Macedonians. So that's 6 moves. The bows can stay where they are. I'll move the other peltast up as well. Yeah. Well, that's it. 9 done. Right, let's rally for the Macedonians. Normally you need 4. I need 5 with that DMZ. No. Yes. Now they can fire back. So these 2 groups will fire at those 2 groups. So the left-hand one, no effect. No effect. And these chaps will fire at them. That is a DMZ. And these chaps will fire at them. No effect. Now the peltasts can also get involved. They're range 4, so that lot can all go against them. Well, they need 7s, so starting from the left, no, 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 no. So they are pretty ineffective. And over with Alexander, these chaps here, again, fire straightforward, no, no, and on the left, no, no. Right, so the bows will push forward again, get out the way of the phalanx behind. They can just about cross, but the others will be stuck in it. They're taking a gamble here. Same with these guys. And I'll push them forward as well. Get out of the way. And these chaps will be able to get over completely, so I'll be moving probably next turn. It's the Greek medium cavalry on the right and the light cavalry on the left. Well, the main event, even these can only go 3, but that might be enough to contact those peltasts, and I think it is. Alright, away they go. And I've got to conform to that. I'll hop over there, I'll hop over there. Yeah, they all fight each other, why not? And Alexander will get in. Right, it's straight 0-0s for these guys. DMZ for Persians. It's going to be pretty much luck. DMZ for the Greeks. The Macedonians even. Persians. There's no effect by these DMZs on the morale clock. Right, more interestingly though, the cavalry here. Well, they're -2 for the terrain, so this is dangerous stuff. So they're down to 2-0. 9, well, they're killed, and they can follow up 1 base depth. I think I got that wrong in the last game. 4-0 because Alexander is involved, which is 7-1, so it's also a kill. So Alexander and his companions just pushing this peltast rabble aside. They can't support, so it's 2-0 here. Which is, no, I thought it was another kill. Well, that's it, just swept through there. There is no more combat, that's the end of the round. Rallying, these chaps will need 6, 7 with the DMZ, no, yes, 8's automatic anyway. And these Mardian bows also 7, so no. Ranged fire, bows, 6 is to have an effect, no effect. no effect. Moving here, they can fire at them, no effect. These, no. Next one's no, and next one's yes, so he's DMZ'd. Peltasts here, need 7s, no, here, and here, no. Right, movement, here we go. Now, I've just looked at my stats. These cavalry can go 6, so they can get in, which they'll do. Old Nabazanes is there, and the light cavalry will join them. So that's 2 moves. Light infantry will push up, they can go 5. These medium cavalry will swing around here, worried about the companions coming through. I think the Babylonian spears will just hang fast at the moment. But here we go on the Macedonian right flank. It's the satrap cavalry, looking for an easy target. So we'll carry on with the combat here. These are both -1. So it's another DMZ for these guys. And they'll be pushed back. They can advance if they want to, which I guess they will. Bit odd they've both got DMZ markers, not quite sure about that one. Okay, might have misplaced that one. That is a DMZ for the Macedonians there. And on the right flank with the Persians, the heavy cavalry and the light cavalry getting involved with the Macedonians here. We're going to start this side. It's 4-3 to the Persians. I thought these might be a bit better, but they're not really. But that is 12-6, so that's an immediate kill. Does he follow up? No, I think he'll stay there. Right, next one. Again, same again. The cavalry can't support each other. 4-3. So that is a DMZ. Namazanes is not going to get involved, or would he? He's +2, why not? 6-3. So 7-5. Yeah, 7-5, so DMZ. And 4-3. Well, finally, that's it. Ooh, kill for the Macedonians. Now the rest of it is light cavalry fighting each other, all +2. So this battle first, or this fight first, is going to be a DMZ on the Macedonians. 7-4 on for the Persians, and finally 10-5, so that's a kill there. Well, that'll be no great surprise on the Macedonian left flank. They've got a bit of a kicking there, and they will take a morale clock drop of 1. They're down to 8. Right, we need 7s here. No. No. Cretan bows will need 4s. Yes. And no. Greek cavalry 6s. Yes. No. And the light cavalry there needs a 7, so no. So not overly successful for the Macedonians there. Right, peltasts here needing 7s and 8s. No. No. The bows here needing 6, that's a DMZ there. This chap next to him, no. These guys, yes. No. And the peltasts here will just 2 on 1, 2 on 1. No. No. Need 7s and 8s, so they're not overly effective, are they? Movement. So I think these cavalry will swing around and hit the heavy cavalry on the flank there. These cavalry will join up there and just fight each other. That's it for the movement there. The Greek hoplites can go 3, so they can get over the stream, but these peltasts are in the way, so I'm going to have to move them out the way. Let's move these peltasts out the way. It says you can penetrate, but what quite happens with them, I don't know. Well, here we go. This has made a decision. So what's going to happen is these are going to effectively take over from them and just push through them. phalanx will grind its way forward again. And I guess they'll go into them, and they'll go into them. I'll just push up. And Alexander can dress rank, so he can get them all together, because they're within 6 inches of Alexander. I haven't done that before. I really want them to go in together. And that is probably about it at the moment. Right, so let's have some action here. So they're -2, they're -1. So that's 2, 2, so that's a push. And here it's -1 and 0. So that is a DMZ for the Persians. I think I'm going to start over here. It's 2-2. Push. 2-1. That is also a push. 1-2. That's a double DMZ and a pushback for the Macedonians there. Now here they are 4 against 2. They're down to 3 because they're flanked. He's not going to get involved. So 3-2. Which is 5-7, so that's a DMZ for the Persians. And 4-3. Oh dear, 5-7, so another DMZ. And with that final DMZ, oh no, still got some combat. Right, combat here, these are Cretan bows, so they're pretty useful. They are 3, and these are -1. So that's 4-0, that's a kill. No effect on the morale clock. 3-0. Which is, oh, that's a kill. They're gone as well. They can advance 1, both of them. However, peltasts don't count for morale clock, but there are enough DMZs going around for the Persians to drop 1 to a morale clock of 8. So they're both on 8 now. Persian rally. Hyrcanian light cavalry normally need a 6, so they're on 7. They don't get it. Cappadocian heavy cavalry, normally on a 5. It'll be 6 with that. He is there though. So it's back to 5. No, they don't. And the other chaps will be 6 as well, so they just do. Peltasts are normally on 6, they're on 7 here. No, and these chaps will be on 8s. No. Ranged fire, so the peltasts here will just be going at the hoplites. No, they need 8s. Yes, so he's got a DMZ. These 2 bows against them. 7. Oh, it's a double DMZ. They're pushed back. Get another one there, and they're killed. No. All right, these 2 against them. Yes. And again, no. These are closest, so they'll fire at the companions. That's a DMZ. And the other ones will fire at the peltasts there, no effect. And I think that is it. So starting on this side, the heavy cavalry are going to flank the Greeks there. And these light horse will move forward here. They might have been able to push up before, actually. I might have done that wrong. The main event for the Persians, though, is going to be this satrap cavalry coming in here on the side, on the flank, screaming down out of the hills. I think I've made an error with these. They're light cavalry. There's no way they can take on Alexander's companions, so I'll probably swing them around to the left as well. They're free-facing, so they can zoom off and disappear over here, I think. I think the Babylonian spears have just got to shuffle forward just to block the companions there. And Darius's main line here is just going to pivot around there. Whereas the Greek mercenaries, yeah, well, I think if they all just shuffle forward. Like so. And the light infantry will also get themselves over this way. I think that is probably about it. Right, so quick synopsis of where we are at the moment.
Alexander, as usual, is punching through on the Macedonian right flank. There's a bit of carnage there, but look out behind. The satrap cavalry, Persians, are sweeping in. They might do some damage, and also they've just pushed forward their light cavalry here, and they're going to get behind and do some mischief as well. Lots of peltasts fighting each other, no great effect. We've got some Babylonian spears here, which are not brilliant. Over in the centre, the phalanx is grinding its way forward across that stream, but they're nearly across. And on the Persian side, the Greek mercenaries haven't really reacted very well. On the other side, we've got the Greek spears for the Macedonians have pushed across the stream, ready to get into combat. And the Kadaka light infantry ready to face them. And a big fight on the right-hand flank of the Persians with all the cavalry getting involved there. The heavy cavalry for the Persians, the medium cavalry for the Greeks, and a punch up with the light cavalry from both sides here. Pretty even Stevens at the moment. Right, let's have some peltastic action. -1, -2. So that is going to be 1, 0. So, well, that's a kill. They're gone. Both -1. So that's a double DMZ here. Again, no effect on the morale clock with these people. And over to the massive cavalry melee here. Where do I want to start with the Persians? Got to be here, I think. So these are 3 flanked down to 2, 4, 2. Which is 8, 7, so it's DMZ. Now, 4, down to 3, down to 2. Narbazanes has to get involved, I think. So I'll be back to 4 against 2, 4, 2. Which is 7 at 6. Double DMZ, they're pushed back. And I think they turn and face them. These are 0, these are 2. So that's a kill. Looking dodgy for the Macedonians. These are 1, these are 2. So that's a double DMZ for the Macedonians. They will follow up. Not actually overly helpful for the Macedonians because it just means that the score has been reached for the morale clock and they are losing at the moment. All right, 2-2 here. So that's 9. 9-4 is a kill. Ooh, that didn't make a difference, but it almost did. It's 4-3 in favour of the Persians. So the Macedonians dropped to 7 on the morale clock. Right, rallying for the Macedonians. These guys need 7. Yes. Also 7. No. Companions will need 5. Oh, there we go. These bows will need 5. Yep. And these bows will need 6. No. Greek spears, 5. Yep. These medium cavalry will need 6. And they will need 7. No. Movement. Well, quite simply, Alexander is just going to smash into that group of Babylonian spears. For what it's worth, they'll just swing around and attack them. Phalanx will grind forward. They're still in rough ground on the right. These guys will push forward. Light cavalry will swing in there. They're Persians, so they can't do much else. Okay. Right, we shall start here. These are on -1 and these are on 2. So that is 1, 9, so that's a kill. Funny old thing. Now here it's these guys are -1, so they're on 3. Narbazanes is there. Does he want to get involved? I think he might. So it's going to be 5-3. Which is going to be 9-8. So DMZ against the Macedonians. And here they're on 3, 2, 1, 4, 1. Which is 12-5, so that's a kill. Greek cavalry are getting hammered here. Right, this is a mismatch. It's 4 + 1 for support, 5 against 0. They put up a good fight there, so it's 11-6. They're only DMZ'd actually, but doesn't count for morale clock. I was getting excited there. So 4, 5, 6, 0. We'll finish them off surely. Disaster. 1 DMZ. Hopeless. Peltast on the Macedonian right. They are -1, they're -2. So it's 4-2, so that's a kill. All this rabble just fighting on this area doesn't really matter. But that's a kill, so they're gone as well. Right, so that's Peltast cleared out the way. However, the main event here at the moment is Alexander with his companions crashing into the Babylonian spears. The companions will get wild charge to get a bonus attack this round. Right, so these guys are on 5 with the +1 for the charge. And they're on 3, 4 with support. So it's 4, 5. 13-10 DMZ. But it's a double DMZ because that's what happens in the first round. So push back and they will follow up. Alexander's getting involved here. So they're on 7 against 4. Which is a crunching, what's that, 15-5, so that's a kill. And a follow-up. It's only 1 base depth follow-up. I think I got that wrong in a previous game. 5, 4. 12, 10, so that's another double DMZ. Wow, they are really smashing it, aren't they? And again, 5, well, it's 5-3 here because there's no support for them. And again, look at that. Bang. So 3 double DMZs and 1 kill. And that means at the end of that round, the Persian morale drops to 7 as well. So it's pretty chaotic. The Macedonians got a strong centre pushing through, and Alexander's doing quite well on the right himself. However, he's left himself exposed in the rear, and the cavalry may well exploit that. Persian turn, and it's rally. So these chaps are on 7 for a rally. 8's automatic. Go on, they've done well. Last one. Wow, look at that. Mardy and Bose will be on 7s as well. No. Peltast 7. No. Yes. They're putting up quite a good fight, actually. And over here, we just got the cavalry. Normally 5, need a 6, but he's there, so they need a 4. Wrong, 5. Oh dear, didn't get that. Right, missile fire. There's no Peltast or anything on the right-hand side as we look for the Persians, so they've all gone. They've still got a few bows in the middle though, so let's go with them. Hitting on 6s. Yep, DMZ. DMZ. Don't count on the morale clock though. These will fire at the phalanx. No. Peltasts. Good screen. And they are killed. Well, that's the bow's gone. So that will affect the morale clock. And therefore leaving these firing at the phalanx. No effect. It's a shame for the Persians. That is it from missile fire. Right, movement. Movement, they will go there. They will go around here. And these are free facing, they'll just zoom around and go there. Those two are Thessalonian cavalry, which for the Macedonians. Now here, I'm going to get the Greek mercenaries just to move through these bows. Now they can, yeah. Right, so here we go. They'll make contact there. I think that's the way that'll go. Those bows are probably going to get crushed. Emergency stations for Darius and his immortals, so they'll be moving up. The medium cavalry again will sweep in, but the trouble is at the moment they haven't got many targets to go for. All over the stream. Same with the light cavalry. Right, it's a very confused picture here. We have some medium cavalry who are in rough ground and on a DMZ, double DMZ. So they'll be on 0. And the Persian cavalry on 4-0. Ooh, can you believe that? It's a DMZ for the Persians. And here it's 4 down to 3. He'll get involved, back up to 5. And these are 3 down to 1 because the DMZ and flanked. 5-1, which is 12-6, and that is a kill. Greek spears here with Parmenion making a right hash of this. It's 6-1, which is a kill, finally. And 5-0, which is also a kill. So finally they go. Now we're on to the Greek mercenaries against the Cretan bows. So the Greek mercenaries are on 5, the Cretan bows are on 3. Interestingly, is the DMZ for the Greek mercenaries. So the final combat left on this side here with Alexander against the Babylonian spears is the Persians go first. So I think it's best for them to probably start here. So these chaps are on 4, and these are also on 4, no support and no wild charge. So that is a DMZ for the companions. And here it's 4-4 again. And this time it's 9-7, so it's a DMZ for the Persians. And finally here, again, 4-4. Ooh, which is 10-6, or it's nearly a kill. DMZ. But at the end of that, unfortunately, it is a morale clock drop for the Macedonians. They are down to 6. Right, rally. They need 7. Don't get it. Also 7s. No. Yes. And no. Right, I've only got 6 moves, so I've got to be a little bit careful with this. I think the cavalry, to be honest, I'm going to leave alone. Unless I've got some spare moves to get the light cavalry moving. They've probably had it. I think I need to concentrate on the centre. So these chaps are in. Right, need to hold up. I've got to do some bow action first, so they can fire at them. Whoa. There we go. DMZ, that might be handy. Peltasts here. 7, that's a DMZ as well. And these count. Oh, morale clock, that didn't work. And that is it for ranged fire. Okay, back to movement. Right, again, the phalanx will move through the skirmishers here. They won't, they'll stay there. Well, in actual fact, he will move up there. So they're on 3 moves at the moment, so I might have some spares. They will flank there. And Alexander, I think, will hop over here. So I've got 2 moves left. All right. 1 and 2. Let's see if we can get rid of that heavy cavalry. These are Persians. They all look the same, because they are the same. I feel this round is going to be critical. So I'm going to start with Alexander here. These chaps are 4, 5, 6 with Alexander getting involved. And the spears are 3 flanked and DMZ'd 1, 6-1. Surely it's only going one way. 12-4, yes. That's a kill. And they will move forward. Next fight is 4, 3. They're supported but DMZ'd. So that is a DMZ for the Macedonians. And 3, 4, which is 8, 7. Oh, that's a close one. DMZ for the Babylonian spears there. Swinging over to the left flank for the Macedonians on the cavalry. Let's see what happens here. Let's do these medium cavalry. I think they are going to really get hammered. They're on 0 because they are in the river. It's -2, so they're -2, -3 because they're flanked. And these are on 3, 3 -3, which is, well, it's a kill. And here it's 2 against 4, 3, 2. So he'll get involved. So it's 4, 2, which is 8, 3 kill. And I think they will turn and face them. Next one is the Greek spears against the Kadaka light infantry. So standard 4, 5 with support against 2, 3 with support, 5, 3. Which is 10, 9 DMZ. 6, 4, 13, 8 DMZ. 6, 4, I think he'll get involved. 8, 4, just as well, DMZ. 5, 4, 12, 8, another DMZ. But they haven't broken or anything yet. Right, the main event with the phalanx in the middle against the Greek mercenaries. Traditionally, this was some of the nastiest fighting, so I understand. Right, I think I'm going to be starting here. I could have done phalanx drill, but didn't think about that because they moved. So they're going to be on basic 4 plus 2 is 6. And they are 3, 4, but down to 3 again because of DMZ. 6, 3. Which is 8, 4. That is a kill. 6, 5. Which is 14, 10 DMZ. Now the Mardian bows can support actually, interestingly, so it's 6, 5. Which is not so good for the Macedonians, so that's 9, 13, so it's DMZ this side. Mardian bows are on 4, and these chaps are on 4, 4, 4. So that is 6, 11, just avoided being killed there. And finally 5, 4, which is 10, 5. That is a kill. I think that round really started the proper fighting for the battle. The Macedonian cavalry has effectively been wiped out on the left flank. However, the Greek hoplites, spears and phalanx grinding forward in the middle, doing a good job. And ultimately, it is -1 on the morale clock for the Persians. They are both on 6. Right, the Kadaka light infantry all need 6s for rally. No. Yes. Yes. No. These heavy cavalry, I need 5. Oh dear, they've been useless. And the other lot need 6, so they're okay. Into the centre, the Greek mercenaries are under the cosh. They need 5s. He's got it. And so is he. 8 is automatic. Mardian bows need 7. No. No. More Mardian bows here. No. And the Babylonian spears need 6. No. And no. We've got some range fire now, so the Mardian bows can fire against the phalanx. 6 is required. No. And these chaps firing against the peltasts. No. And no. Movement. Right, Darius, what you got? Immortals can move 4. So I think what's going to happen here is they are going to move into here. Like so. Darius getting involved, he's getting all excited now. He might be a softy shandy drinking southerner, but he's getting involved. Good effort him. Right opposite Alexander. These Mardian bows are going to come in here to give some support, as are these. They will swing around and flank them. They are going to turn around. Can't do much else, but I want them to get over here into the back of the Greek hoplites. And in fact, I think I can use Narbazane to dress ranks there. They can go like that. You can also get this lot to turn around for free because he's attached to them. And these others can dress ranks, so they can turn and they can turn. And he'll just hop over there, I think. But come on, the satrap cavalry, what are you doing? Taking the world's largest detour around the back. They'll probably never do anything. The light cavalry, well, I think I might spin them around and try and get them back over and into the rear of Alexander. Again, fanning around in the rear. Combat, Persians starting. They're going to start here. It's 4, 5, back to 4 because they're flanked. And they're normally 2, 1, but back to 2, 2, 4. Which is 10, 8. So they've done well there. Not a good start for the Macedonians. Right, so it's 2, 3, 4 for the Persians against 8 because Parmenians involved. 4, 8. Which is 11, 11. Oh, that's a push. 6, 4. Which is 13, 12. DMZ for the Persians. 5, 2. Which is 13, 7 double DMZ. Right, here I think I'm going to start on the Persian left, the Macedonian right. These chaps are on 5, and they're on 3. So that's going to be 8, 6 DMZ for the Persians. Right, 2 down to 1, but supported, so they're on 3. And 3, 4, 5. 5, 3 to the Persians. Which is 12, well, as a kill. They will not follow up. So 4 DMZ'd but supported, so they're on 4 and they're on 5, 5, 4 to the Persians, which is 7, 12, so no, they're DMZ'd. Even Stevens on the morale clock numbers at the moment, 6, 5, so it's DMZ here. 6, 5. DMZ. Range taking a while to tick over here. And 6, 3. Which is 14, 6. So that's a kill. The Mardian bows are gone. And we are definitely at the main event now. I think I'm going to go straight for the Darius Alexander clash here. Now, interestingly, the Immortals get 3, 4, 5, plus 1 versus Mountain is 6. Darius is not going to get involved. He's got no positive combat multiplier anyway. So it's 6 against 6. They can't be supported, therefore they've got to have Alexander involved. Yes, it's 6 all. This is make or break. Oh, look at that. It's 11. Well, it's 11-8, so it's a DMZ for the Immortals, like so. These chaps should have turned and faced when the Immortals came in. So they're on 4, and these are on 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. Which is 11, 11, push. And here it's 3 all, 3 all. So that is 8, 6, that's a double DMZ there, they're pushed back. And the next one, oh, it's a crushing kill for the companions there, they've done well. And I think they will follow up. Do they want to do that? Probably not. Anyway, done. So at the end of that round, it's really hotting up. The Persians drop to a morale clock of 5, and I'll come back to that in a moment. They've done fantastically on their right, Macedonian left, basically swept all the cavalry away. They're reorganising to swoop in onto the Greek hoplites, who are fighting the Kadarka light infantry. In the centre, the phalanx and the Greek mercenaries going hammer and tongs, again fairly even. And over on the Macedonian right, Darius and Alexander smashing into each other. Companions at a disadvantage because they're fighting certainly the Immortals with Darius there, but the Satrap Levy are probably a weak link. Right, it's DMZ time. Right, unreliable troops now have to take a one-time morale check. So those include the Kadarka infantry, the Tabarka javelins, and also the Satrap cavalry. So first of all, Tabarka light infantry, one-time morale test for each group. There are 5s normally, so they're okay, and they're okay. These will need 6, so they're double DMZ'd. Next one, I need 5, they're okay. They are not, they're double DMZ'd. And they're okay. That has just changed that combat completely. The Satrap cavalry needs 7s. Right, starting top left. Yes. No. 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 Yes. And yes. So I've got 3 DMZs there. That ain't good. And that's it. The Tukabara javelins have actually all gone. Critically for the Macedonians, it's their turn now. So they need to do some rallying for a start. These chaps have to be 5. That's okay. I think they might have got a bonus with the general being attached to the formation. Phalanx is also 5. No. No, they're not happy. Peltasts are still knocking about. No. And over on this side here, we've got some companions. They will need 6, and they just about get that. That is very fortunate. They will need 5. And they get that as well. And just for the lols, we'll do this on the side. That's no for them. Right, yeah. Right, movement. They will go back in. +1 for the charge. They will turn. Don't think I can do anything else there. So that's 2 moves. Phalanx is in. That's 3. I've done it again though. I've forgotten the missiles, such that they are. I'll just do them again. No and no. So they're pretty rubbish. And here, I think they're going to push forward. Try and finish off the Bagara, whatever they are, infantry. And I've remembered to put the double DMZ on them. I'll mess that up earlier. That is probably about it. So I think with a couple of extra moves, I'll just turn these Peltasts round. So as and when, they might be able to take a pot shot at the light cavalry. Probably missed their chance. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to start with these. So it's 5 for the hoplites against 1. Which is a destroy because they're double DMZ'd. 5-0. Which again is a kill because they're double DMZ'd. Things not looking good for the Persians already. A mediator more. Right, so 5-2. So that is 9-4. Yes, another kill. Swinging into the centre with the phalanx and the Greek mercenaries. They're on 6. They're on 3. Which is a push. Ooh, okay. They're on 5 because they're DMZ'd. And they're on 5 as well. 5 all. Okay, so that's a DMZ for the Persians. well, the Greek mercenaries really. 5, 4. Oh, double DMZ. Now, I think they're killed. Can they penetrate bows? I'll just check that. No, they can't. I think I might have messed up before with various moves pushing through the bows, but they can't go through, so they're killed. 6, 4. DMZ. And here it's 5, 2. Which is 10, 8. So it's a double DMZ for the Mardian bows there. They're going back. A good outcome for the Macedonians. Can it continue on the right flank with Alexander? I'm going to start over here. They charged in. So they're on 5. I think it's the final unit, the Babylonian spears. They're on 3, down to 2, down to 1. 5, 1 to the companions. Which is 9, 8. Ooh, well, they did a good job there. So they're double DMZ'd. Oh, they're killed. Of course, they're flanked. Gone. And they will follow up. So now we go here. 4. And the Immortals are 3, plus 1 versus mounted, plus 1 support. So it's 4, 5. Which is 12, 8. So that's a DMZ. On the Immortals there, he's just one-way traffic. I mean, oh dear, oh dear. Right, what's going to happen? The big clash. 4, 5, 6 with Alexander. 3, 4 versus mounted. 5, 6 for support, but less 1 again, 5. So 6, 5 to Alexander and his companions. Oh, that's close. So it's win by 1, which is double DMZ. And they're pushed back. Ooh, and they surge forward. Got to, haven't they? Wow. Well, very much one-way traffic for the fighting during that round, which means that the Persian morale clock will drop to 4. And that is a morale check for the army. There are 31 bases left, which means that I have to do 8 DMZs. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get rid of some of those cavalry. Persian turn. We are rally phase. They need, well, whatever. They've got it. They need 4 normally, so it's 5s. No. Yes. Yes. Satrap cavalry 7s. No and no. 7 for the Mardians. No. And we've got the Satrap levy. Well, I think it's 8s only. Oh, I got it. Wow, fantastic. Although old matey does give a +2 actually. So these chaps will need a 4 and they've got it. Right, nice one. Well, there's not many skirmishers or missiles around at the moment, so I think these are the only ones left. They're having their own little private battle with the jobbies over here. Skirmishers, 1 there, and no effect. Right, that's it. Movement. Well, I tell you what, those heavy cavalry are going to charge into the back of them. Now, I think they can turn and face. So that's 1. Novazanes will join them. We've only got 4 goes, have the Persians. 2, 3, 4. Get the Mardian bows supporting those Greek mercenaries. And that is it for movement. So we're into the fighting. Where do we start here? I think I'll start here. No, do I start with Darius? I think I'll start here. So they're on 4, 5 being supported, and the companions are on 4. 5, 4 to the Persians. 11, 12. Ooh. Unfortunately for them, they get a DMZ. Just. Right, the Satrap levy are pretty pathetic. They're on 1. Supported, they get 3 onto 4. 4, 3 to the Macedonians. which is 6-8. So Macedonians, there you go. Doesn't always work out, does it? 4-2. They should be facing that way. Which is a kill. And the main event, I should have probably left or right or left. I left that out of sequence, but there we are. 4, 5, 6. 3, 4 versus mounted. So it's 6-4. Which is 10-6. DMZ for the Persians. Close. Right, look at that again. When I did the rally, I did the satrap levy rallying. They weren't even involved in anything. The immortals rallied on 8, which is why they didn't have anything. So they now DMZ'd. Fine, understood. Away we go. Into the centre with the phalanx. I don't know what's best for the Persians here. I guess it's might be here. Oh, I got to start from right to left. Let's start with here with the Mardian bows. They're on 3. Phalanx is on 5. 3-5 to the 5-3 to the Persians. 5-3 to the Macedonians, which is 11-8 DMZ'd. 6-4. Ooh, that's a kill. 5-4. 5-4 to the Macedonians. Ooh, 6. Oh, that's a kill. They're gone. Phalanx has been destroyed there. Well done. Good effort. Nice one, Centurion. Or not, because that's a few hundred years later. Persians fighting back. 5-3. Which is 12-7. Double DMZ. Right, we are going to start here. It's 4 for the cavalry with +2, so they're on 6. And they are 4-5, but back to 4 because they're flanked. 6-4 to the Persians, which is 13-10 DMZ. 4-4. Parmenians in though. 4-6 to the Persians. So that's 8-14. Ooh. DMZ to Macedonians. And that, I think, is the end of the round there. And unfortunately, again, Persians are taking a morale clock drop. It's going down, and it's going down quickly. Peltast, here we go. Yes, they might get a hit on the light horse there. Nice one, Centurion. And then finally, over here, Alexander's gang. We only need to worry about this group of companions. They're on a 5, and they are okay there. Nice one. Right, range fire. Right, these two groups of Peltas, no and no. These groups of Peltas, both at that group there, they need 7s. Oh, one's got them. Fantastic. Only got a hit. I knew they were useful for something. All adds up. Right, movement. 1. Phalanx grinding forward. He'll have over there. Now, can he dress ranks there? Turn them around or sort them out? Why not? I'll allow him to do that. Get the bows in. Why not? I think the only thing here is getting the companions to flank the satrap levy. That's about it. They are done. Macedonian move finished. Although, just to be annoying, I think I'll put them around to the side if they get the opportunity to attack them by range fire again. Right, I am starting here. They're on 5 and they're on 1. 5-1. That's a kill. 5-1. That's another kill. That's away now. Amazing this game how it all suddenly just starts to happen. This might be a bit more difficult for the Macedonians. So let's start here. They're on 4, 5-6. 7, 8. These chaps on 4, down to 3, down to 2 because they're flanked. Oh, nice one. 8-2 to the Macedonians, which is 14-6. That is a kill. They will not move forward. Right, they're on 4. Less 1 plus 1, so it's 4 minus 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6 to the Macedonians, which is 11, 9 DMZ to the Persians. And finally the big face-off. Alexander driving in with his wedge there towards Darius. Can he hold off? This might be critical to the game. So it's 4, 5, 6 against 3, plus 1 versus mounted, DMZ'd, so it's 3. He can't do anything, so it's 6-3 to Alexander and his companions, which is 12-8, another DMZ. There we go, bang, and they're charging forward again. Darius is hanging on. 4-2, 4-3 because they're supported. 4-3 to the companions. 11-7, another pushback. They go, they move. And 4-0. Satrap Levy are rubbish. But there we go. I mean, they are killed, but they put up a good fight there. There we go, and move forward. 1, done. Another fantastic round for the Macedonians. All one-way traffic to them. The Persians are suffering massively. They drop morale clock to 2 and have to take 9 DMZs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, done. Rally for the Persians. They'll need 7, no. They'll need, well, they got it automatically, well done them. 7 over here, yep, automatic. And Darius's Immortals normally a 3, but they're down to 5, but he's there, so it is a 3. Yes, and yes, so they're okay. They are standing firm. Well done them. Right, range fire. Not that it really makes a lot of difference. No effect. I've got 2 moves for the Persians. What can we do? Too little, too late for the light horse to get into the back of the companions there. That's 1 move. Greek mercenaries hitting the phalanx. That's it. Right, with 4 here, 6 with Novozanes. Against 4, 5, down to 3, so it's 6-3 to the Persians, which is 11-10. It's a double DMZ. All right, so they've done that, and they will move forward. Phalanx is 5, Greek mercenaries are 3. So actually, they've done a good job there because it's 9-6, so it's a DMZ for the Macedonians. So again, it's the critical area. Alexander pushing against Darius. He's falling back. The Immortals are trying to defend him desperately. So it's 4, 5, 6 against 3, 4 versus mounted. 6-4 to the Macedonians. Ooh, which is 10-5. That is a kill. What has happened to Darius? He can't die. It's the Battle of Issus. 6. He doesn't. Oh, would you believe it? He escapes. Well, he'll shovel over to the other Immortals there. Right, here we go. So it's 4-4. Which is 11-8. So it's a DMZ for the companions there. However, at the end of that, funny old thing, the Persian morale drops to 1, and they've got to do a 50% DMZ again. The end is nigh. They've got 11 bases left. I think I've just counted. So they've got to do 6 of them, or 6 DMZs rather, for that lot. Disaster. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll put 6 on that. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Rally for the Persians. Yes. and yes, but doesn't really matter, to be honest. They've only got one move. Well, perhaps I'll allow them to go there against the companions. I don't know, it's probably not quite right, but there we are. That's it. And we'll start with the fighting here, I think. So satrap levies are 1, they are 4. That is 7. I think it's a DMZ for them. It's 4 down to 3, 5 with Alexander, and they're on 4. 5-4, which is 6-5, another DMZ. They're hanging in there, those Immortals, doing well. And here it's 4-5 with support down to 4 again. 3 for the mercenaries, 4-3, which is 8-4. That's a kill. No, that's not good. Final straw, I think. And over on the left flank of the Macedonians, the right flank is all a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment. Persians coming in from the rear. They are 4, 5-6 with Narbazanes. And these Greek hoplites be on 2. 6-2. Which is 12-4, so that's a kill, unsurprisingly. And then they will turn and face them. I think it's too little too late. I'm afraid that's it though. At the end of that round, although there's a last little spurt from the Persians, they lost more points than the Macedonians during that round. And their morale clock was on 1. It now drops to 0 and they will run away. Great shame. Darius survives though. The companions couldn't get at him. The Immortals doing a fantastic job defending him there. But he runs away to escape and fight another day. So there we are, the Battle of Issus, just as history told.
Well, looking at the casualties there, you can just see how much the Persians suffered. They lost 32 bases and 12 ran away. They only had 10 on the table at the end. So a right royal rumbling by Alexander there. Although they didn't get away unscathed, they lost 11 bases, which is a lot more percentage-wise than in the Battle of Granicus. All leaders survive to fight another day, which will be the Battle of Gaugamela. Tune in next time to see if Alexander can go for the hat-trick, or whether Darius can stop him on the plains with his elephants and scythe chariots.